Yeah, hi guys. It's Thursday, the 30th of November, and we've been back from Iceland for just over a week, I guess, week and a half. And do you know, when I just reflect on how beautiful that country is and how amazing the people are, I think there's a lot that other countries can learn from Iceland. Really, they live in the most volatile place, or one of the most volatile places on Earth. They experience constant earthquakes at varying degrees. Yet somehow life, as always, finds a way. And I think that's amazing, absolutely amazing. So, as you guys know, we left on Tuesday, the 24th of October, 23. We came back to Blighty on Monday, the 20th of November. So, we're away for about 3.5 weeks. And in that time, we've seen some amazing, amazing things. We've covered 7,000 miles of journeying, which is an absolute amazing achievement. And we've gone to 10 churches, 1 cathedral, 2 active volcanoes. How amazing are they? And we've been on 4 ocean crossings, and we've been to 11 places of interest. But with all that said and done on this quest, on Quest 39, and again, it's 39 quests. That's 39 big trips that we've done over many, many years. We try and fit in 2 trips a year now, because obviously we're going further afield and what have you. My health and my learned friend's age, it does impact us. We have to do things a bit slower these days, because obviously I'm not a well chap. But we do it. We get it done. We achieve what we go out to do, and that's the main thing. So no matter what your body's doing, your mind's still there. Well, debatable, I guess, but your mind's still there. What's really interesting is the significant places that we've been to in Iceland. Now, I did a little bit about signs in Sweden when we were in Norway and Sweden, I think you may recall, for those of you that follow me and watch the videos. But for this one, we went to certain places of significant interest, very much so. And the first one will be Steinkreis, which is basically the stone circle in Verpalo in Germany, Nordrhein-Westfalen, active void, we know that already. Interesting energy there flowing through the space and onwards. Certainly experienced that myself, and I know my learned friend did as well. It's said it's an active void on the earth, and if anyone can awaken it, and Disposini's main. Now, what does that mean by Disposini's main? What it means is the Disposini line goes back to the true Templars, true Knights Templars. Now, as I said before, there's many Knights Templar groups around the world. There's no harm in that, but please, please, please don't try to claim lineage to it, unless you really are of the line. It matters not, providing you follow the code of Templars, that's all that matters. But it sort of annoys me a little bit, just a little bit, when I see groups online and things that profess to be this, that and the other, and they're far removed from being that. So, I think people just need to be honest with each other about these things, really. If you're of the lineage, make sure that you do it in the right way. If you're not of the lineage, it matters not, as I say, but make sure your groups operate in the most fundamental way possible. Not your interpretation of our works, but the best fundamental way possible. So, Steinkreis Verpalo, Disposini's main. So very much a link to Knights Templar. If I was to go to Iceland, to Sedishfjordur, I've got used to pronouncing some of the titles now. Now, on my ancestry, it says, you're 7% Norwegian. That's not actually strictly true. I'm actually 7% Icelandic. But in how Ancestry.com works, it is that the Norway and Iceland come under one group, which does make sense because a lot of travellers over the centuries have travelled to the Vikings, obviously. Then we've got the sagas of Iceland as well, which is a totally different story. But they have, in effect, travelled to Iceland, settled there, had their families there and grown through the times, and grown with Iceland itself. And such a growing place it is. Sedishfjordur, absolutely beautiful place. There was a storm in 1894 where the church then was rebuilt after the storm. In 1989, a fire broke out and it was renovated again. Hadn't had much luck, has it? And it is more an area, it's more where the church stands, the Sedish for the church, as you come off the ship, off the Smirrel line. It's the land where it stands that is more important than the actual church itself. As often we find, because the places are built on many times over the years and over the centuries and what have you. It's got a significant marker in time that holds the key to a well-known secret. And yes, we could go down the road of the Grail Hunters and the Grail Lines, which I certainly am one of those. Sorry to say I am a Grail Hunter. And a lot of my books are based on the Grail and the Knights Templar and what have you, a lot of the genre there. That's the sort of field I tend to focus upon. And so much so, rightfully so. So it's got a well-known secret it holds the key to. Interesting, isn't it? I may mention it in my next book. And my next book is going to be called... I wasn't going to write another book, actually. I thought with my health and stuff, I was going to start winding down a bit. But I think I'm going to go for that next book and just write that exactly how the world is. And it's going to be called The Realm. Literally just The Realm. So that's quite interesting. So watch this space for October 24. Obviously, at the moment, my current book out, little plug there again, it's called Final Word. And that's called, it's just called literally Final Word. You can get it on Amazon and all good bookstores, Barnes & Noble, Bookit, Book Reddit, blah, 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 all across the internet, as it were. Fascinating time we live in with this internet business. But you can get the book there as well. We also went to Srabadisari Lighthouse, where it has the Forgotten Stones of Time. Now, the lighthouse itself, again, it's the land, the area it's built upon. In Iceland. It was built in 1920, and it's said to, that the Forgotten Stones of Time hold well within this place. It does have a sense of chaos and a sense of calm, but all at the same time, all very mixed in, mixy-jumbly thing. Jumbled up like some kind of food mixer in hyperdrive, as an analogy, I guess. Not if everyone's ever seen a food mixer in hyperdrive, but who knows. So you might just well have done, one of you guys out there. Let me know if you have. If you see it had a food mixer that's gone into hyperdrive, great to know about. The other significant part of time is the Grafakirka, or Kirkia, which is the Pyramid of Pagania. Now, many people won't know this. If we go back to the hidden history of the Earth, so forget the Dark Ages, forget all those things. Let's go back and back in time. Because most of you have been lied to about the history of the Earth. The history of the Earth is so much more than what you think. And don't buy into the business of Neanderthal rubbish. Let's leave that for the school misteachings, really. But what we've got there is the church itself there, which is about, sort of as the crow flies, about 3 kilometres southeast of Hofsosh, which I'll come on to. The church itself is a form of turf church, is significant of how it lines up with the Rock of the Oceans. And again, many people don't understand what that means. And I probably won't have time on this looking at the clock on to mention the Rock of the Oceans. So I think I might need to do a part 2. I'm so sorry. I do talk a lot. But the Pyramid of Pagania is absolutely beautiful. So if you see where the Rock of the Oceans are, you see where the turf church is, and then you see where the pyramid is. And it just gives me goosebumps. It's the most beautiful thing that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I hope many of you can see that as well. It's just, I'm in awe of it, to be fair. Absolutely in awe of it. So the church itself, it's lined up with the Rock of the Oceans. It further in how it complements the hidden mysteries of space and time, so to reveal the Pyramid of Pagania. Now, what is this Pyramid of Pagania? That's interesting. Well, that's in the time. That's in the time way before the teachings of school. That's the true history of the Earth. But that's probably a story for another time. And I'll leave it there just for a moment, and we'll go on to part 2.